A catastrophe is unfolding in Gaza Strip as the enclave is reduced into a rubble. This is not about to end anytime soon. Israeli Defense Forces vow to intensify its military operations in the Strip. Thousands of people are dying and they are crying for help. Many are calling for the international community to act and isolate Israel.
Israel must leave South Africa. They must close their embassy. The Israel ambassador must leave and boycott Israel products.
We want to say to the ANC-led government, let it not be lip service. We call on you to instruct the Minister of Transport to cancel the flight permits of El Al, which is an apartheid Israeli national air carrier, with immediate effect.
Anti-apartheid activist Dr. Alan Busek also says the Israel embassy cannot afford to be on our shores.
We should break all ties with that apartheid state. We should let all their people in that embassy go back. We should recall our ambassador, and we should make clear that as a government we support the BDS program. If we cannot do that, that to me is the minimum. Cyril Ramaphosa cannot stop the war. Joe Biden can. Cyril Ramaphosa cannot talk to Netanyahu. Joe Biden can. But we can do what we must do.
Sharing the same sentiments is the country's third largest party, the EFF. It has called for the closure of the Israeli embassy and the boycott of their products. The party has also written an urgent draft resolution in Parliament for the removal of the diplomatic mission.
First solution is that we must boycott everything Israel. The embassies of Israel must be removed from all progressive countries so that Israel, through that isolation, it will know that it has now reached a point where it must go and negotiate with the people of Palestine and agree on a permanent solution. The EFF solution is a two-state solution where the two coexist. But we don't want this aggression, that when we say two-state solution, we appear like we're cowards. We appear like we can't do anything to Israel. Israel has to be stopped so that when an agreement is reached of two-state solution, they are committed to it and they will not continue to expand their territories into Palestinian territory illegally.
This is not the first time calls have been made, and the South African government seeks to downgrade its embassy and turn it into a liaison office.
It's unfortunate that the conflict has continued to escalate in the Middle East and in fact threatens to draw the whole region and even extra-regional powers into it. And therefore, I think South Africa does have an important role, diplomatic role to play in terms of diffusing tensions, bringing the world's attention back towards peace and negotiations, but also towards the feasibility of a two-state solution. Now, as this conflict has continued to escalate, as military operations by Israel Defense Force have continued, and the death toll has continued to escalate, it's important that when considering calls to actually cut completely ties, diplomatic ties with the state of Israel, South Africa should be in a position to evaluate the effectiveness of its current policy. It's one of the countries which have been quite clear on the need for a two-state solution.
But Israeli ambassador in South Africa says they want to improve diplomatic ties.
Well, we need to remember Israel is a democratic country, and as such, we respect others' people's opinion, even if they are very different from ours. So they can express these opinions. We understand this. We don't agree with this, and I think that we need, from my point of view, is that we need to improve the relations between South Africa and Israel. When there are better relations, there is more attention span for listening to each other, to listen to the South African views and to listen to our views. I think that is the best option in this case, not by severing ties and closing embassies and so on.
Meanwhile, McDonald's South Africa has broken its silence, saying it's not affiliated with McDonald's operation in Israel and it doesn't engage in any form of political involvement after it emerged that McDonald's in Israel indicated it will provide soldiers in the country with free meals. Kylie Kumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.